So women get breast implants because they want to feel more confident and want to feel feminine. Yes, and I decided to remove them completely, not change them.
Yeah, all right, bodybuilding fans, live with the heavyweight pros. We just heard from Jennifer, the awesome Jennifer, the queen herself.
Yes, and like I told you, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin and confident compared to now. I had an accident with my breast implant and I needed to remove them. So in between of these shows, 7 shows, it's really the main thing I learned. I learned that I have to be confident. And back then, when I look at that girl, I tried to be confident, but
Like, what do you think about, ladies who, there's a stereotype that they don't want to have too much muscle or like they will lose their femininity kind of thing. I feel like this is a good balance, like the figure division. So, but how do you personally respond to that narrative? Like, if you want to encourage more ladies to get into bodybuilding?
It's a good question, because when I was in Asia and I had the interview after the show, so when everything started and I just went to the gym to get fit and stay healthy, or my main goal with like 18, 19 years old was to feel comfortable in my skin. So many pro shows in 5 years, and I thought 6 shows is really hard, and it's the limit I can get through. I think I did that once or twice, I don't know.
Wow.
But this year, 2020, last year, 2025, I did 7 shows.
Whoa.
And after and after that, I told myself, Jenny, you will never do 7 shows in 1 year again. Don't do that again. Don't do that again. I started my.
So how did you get started in bodybuilding, and what did your body and mindset look like before the journey? I'm going to pull up the picture I found from 2013, which actually shook me. I was like, whoa, like your transformation is actually one of those transformations that you can see that you just like, because I will get into that in a second. A lot of ladies, I've coached like over like hundreds of ladies right now, and they have this like stigma where they say, oh, I don't want to get like muscles and stuff like that, or they'll give excuses like they don't want to lose their femininity, right? Or they look like a guy, this and that. And I'm like, that's not true. I'm sure you can speak more to that, because you can see a transformation from 13 years, or I think about 2013 to now. You've actually like glowed up. Like, yo, the glow up is like insane.
I know what picture you mean.
So can you tell us what was your mindset back then? So in 2013, before you turned pro, when everything started?
So when everything started and I just went to the gym to get fit and stay healthy, or my main goal with like 18, 19 years old was to feel comfortable in my skin. So this is what I always told me in the mirror, Jenny, my goal is to be comfortable in my own skin. And this goal, I think, is one of, almost every woman want to feel good in their skin, even if they will compete or not. This is a big thing, and it's hard to achieve that. So I've never had in my mind that I will turn pro and have the journey I have right now. I just sat down in front of my magazine. In Germany, there was a magazine called Flex magazine. I think you know it.
Yeah.
And there were the figure athletes inside, and they inspired me. And I turned on the TV every year. I stayed up late to watch the Olympia, and in my mind, I had a little dream, not a goal. It was only a little dream. I wanna be one of those girls.
Wow.
Yes, and I was, for my opinion, now I'm very confident and I know my worth. But back then, I wasn't confident at all. So I would never have speak about, hey, I will be at the Olympia, or hey, I will be one of the best in Germany, or I will be the best in Germany. I want to be the. That's not me, not still not me, but I needed to be more confident with my physique, with my what I can, because I this is really the main thing I learned. I learned that I have to be confident. And back then, when I look at that girl, I tried to be confident, but I wasn't confident at all. So I worked on searching a coach, but a coach is no therapist. Yeah, you can speak with your coach about some mindset topics, but it's not the job of a coach to get your brain right. So you need to work on making progress. You need to focus on discipline, on consistency, and yeah, putting all bricks together and be patient. So, and you never know if your genetics or your work ethic is big enough to achieve what you want. So even when you tell yourself, I want to be Mrs. Olympia, I will be at the Olympia stage, maybe your genetics are not good enough that you will achieve that. So
So now that you mentioned that, can you tell us how long have you been competing now, and walk us through your route to pro? So how long have you been competing, and walk us through that route to pro? Because like this picture right here is from 2013, right? 2013. When did you start competing after? Because I can see you at the gym. This is the washroom of the gym. You probably just had a good workout. You took a picture. So from this, just from this picture right now in 2013, walk us through your pro qualification and everything. Yeah.
so I started competing with my first show in 2015. So it's
Oh,
10 years. Yes, right. As well, today, this year was last year was 10 years of competing, and I started to train in the gym 2013. So I searched a coach, worked with the coach 2 years to be able to step at a figure competition, because my structure was never bikini. So I needed to put on muscle or have the muscle. But back then figure was not that big like today.
Yeah, that's true. That
Yeah, so we made some progress with the muscles too, or we were able to build more muscles. So, and then I did a lot of amateur shows. I won a lot of amateur shows. Back then I was a junior athlete. So under 23 in Germany, it's a junior. And I won the German junior competition twice and the normal German championship once before I were too old for this category. And I went on some world championships, junior world championships. I traveled a lot. It was awesome to be an amateur, to see all of these levels all around the world. I was in Russia, I think it was Russia or Poland, for like international shows as an amateur, in Romania, in Spain. So when I went pro, it was the first elite pro thing, but I didn't like that. So I take some time off. In 2021 was the year I won my pro card. And this is the time when COVID happened and there were no regional shows in Germany. So I needed to fly to England for a pro qualifier. And I did one pro show, like one pro qualification show, and won my pro card. So it was fun because of my career as a elite pro and a good athlete, very good amateur athlete. I went to the show in England, and the judges said, "Hey, Jennifer, nice to have you here." And I was like, "Oh, you know me?" So it was like, You're welcome. And I feel very appreciated. And so in 2021, when I won my pro card, I did 6 shows. And in the last show, it was the picture on the right, the Romania Muscle Fest.
And
This was my first pro win and my first qualification for the Olympia. And this was in my first pro year.
your first pro year. Well, I noticed.
Yes.
So, which means you had a good run in your amateur stage, and then in your pro stage as well. Because I checked your stats as well. You had like a lot of wow, like a lot of good shows as well, a lot of good placings, and then obviously the 4 Olympia qualifications as well. So, wow, that's incredible to see. Even this transformation right here from 2014 to
Yeah.
this Romania Fest was 2020,
One.
2021. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
That's incredible. I always get it mixed up, honestly. So there's figure, there's bikini, there's what's the other?
Wellness,
Wellness. Okay, yeah, wellness, and
physique, bodybuilding, and now they have fit model too.
oh yeah, fit models and everyone. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so figure. Okay, wow. So wow, that's amazing.
Yes, they have the women's bodybuilding category too. There are little changes in the posing and of the mass of the muscles and of the density of the muscles. So even in figure to physique, there are a lot of like little things which are different when you look at the muscle maturity or density of the muscle. And in figure, you only have 4 quarter turns, and in physique, you have the like posings like double bicep and from the back, absent dights.
Mm. Wow, that's cool. That's so cool. So you're always gonna be figure then.
It was always figure, and it will always be figure.
Right. This is actually a good. I like the balance. To be honest with you, it's like there's really good balance there. So yeah, going back to that question I mentioned before, you said it has to do with like getting comfortable with your body and like when I asked you like what do you think about ladies who there's a stereotype that they don't want to have too much muscle or like they will lose their femininity kind of thing. I feel like this is a good balance, like the figure division. So, but how do you personally respond to that narrative? Like, if you want to encourage more ladies to get into bodybuilding in general.
Um, it's a good question because when I was in Asia and I had the interview after the show, there were the girls asked me, "Hey, do you have a tip or do you have a something what you can recommend us?" Because in Asia, it's difficult to get in the figure division because muscles on Asian girls are not very uncommon. I always say, hey, when you have a dream or when you have a body type or look you prefer, you don't have to ask anyone else to how they like it or you like it. The problem often is people aren't very patient at all. So muscle growth with women takes a lot of time. And yeah, not every woman can take on muscles easily, so they try to search easy ways. But it's not easy. And I think bodybuilding is called bodybuilding because everyone can build their body to their own best. Every structure is different. Some people have smaller or shorter legs or are tall or small, and this affects everything. This affects in which category they fit. This affects training the muscle growth because of the length of the muscle. So when women have like a picture in their head how they want to look like, this is the first thing or first goal that they can achieve that. But often the goal to achieve what they see and the work ethic aren't matching. So when I'm a coach too, and when people request me to help them, I ask them, "What's your goal?" And then I say to them, "I will treat you with my plans and with my style of coaching depending on your goal, and it's your goal. You define that goal, and if you are unhappy with the plans or with the like uh kind of communication I do, or
Mhm.
when I'm too hard or too strict, then it's just because for that goal you need that.
Need that.
You need a little bit more pressure. Do you think it's chill to look like that, or to stay 5 times at the Olympia? No, it's not. It's a lot of pressure, and it's a lot of hard work. It's a full-time job beside one or two other full-time jobs. So the problem is that they say, "Hey, I want to be on stage. I want to be a pro or something like that," but your work,
Still match.
yes, they match to your goal, or
Hmm.
your definition of your goal.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good tip right there. I'm just gonna pull up your stats right now because I noticed you've done 24 pro shows and
Hmm.
you're able to bag 6 wins right now. Up to your first show, you actually got third. Was that your first show? Actually, your first pro show in Portugal.
Yes, it was. Yes.
So can you run us through your first pro show to like the Asian championships where we saw you like crush it? Can you run us through that experience? Let's see,
It
like
was.
brief.
The crazy thing was that I did so many pro shows in 5 years, and I
2005.
thought 6 shows is really hard, and it's the limit I can get through. I think I did that once or twice. I don't know.
Wow.
But this year, 2020, last year, 2025, I did 7 shows. And
Whoa.
yeah, and after that, I told myself, Jenny, you will never do 7 shows in one year again. Don't
Uh,
do that again. Don't do that again. I started my prep in January 2025 for the FIBO, for my second qualification for 2025. But the first qualification was the Sasquatch. It was already for 2025,
uh,
before the Olympia
for the Olympic times.
2024. Yes. And I did the German show because I thought, hey, it's in Germany.
Mhm.
It's easy for me to get there,
Mhm.
and yeah, to show myself and to present for my fans and family in Germany. And it was awesome. So after that, I flew over to the States for Pittsburgh and New York. And then I had a little break because I had an accident with my breast implant, and I needed to remove them.
Oh, wow.
So in between of these shows, 7 shows, I got the surgery. I needed to recover, and then I started back at the prep. I started the prep again. I think it was 12 or 13 weeks out before the Olympia, and I wasn't able to train that hard because of the surgery,
Oh,
and yeah, and the healing and everything. Um, yeah, and then
wow, that's incredible.
what else? Yeah, after that, then there was the Olympia, and after that, I hopped on the stage in Prague, in Romania, and I told myself I will get this qualification early because I want to rest a few months to be fresh and healthy for the Olympia, because this is the big thing, the big picture. So I will save all my energy for the Olympia stage in 2026.
Wow, that's awesome. That's wow. So you're able to like go through all that even with the surgery and then still, hop on the Olympia stage. And
Yeah, it was crazy. I am a nurse, so I worked as a nurse before we got self-employed with the company, and I knew exactly what will happen or what can happen, because you always have risk when you do surgeries, and maybe you won't be able to train many weeks or months because of infections or damages, or I don't know.
that happened right
But
after you said the New York, no, after the Pittsburgh.
It was after Pittsburgh, yes.
After
It
Pittsburgh.
was, I think it was in June or July. Yeah. And another thing is, so women get breast implants because they want to feel more confident and want to feel feminine.
Yeah,
And I decided, yes, and I decided to remove them completely, not change them. And it was strange for me to see myself like the Jennifer before the surgery. The first surgery was in 2018. So I was a good amateur without breast implants, and I knew how it looked on stage without, and I liked it. And I didn't get them because of the stage. It was a personal thing. Yes. And like I told you, I wasn't comfortable in my own skin and confident compared to now. And when I had to decide if I changed them or removed them completely, I looked at the pictures how it looked before, and I looked at the pictures, glad I had them, and I cried and I told myself,
Yeah.
why did I do that? At the end, I liked it better without. And after removing them, I feel so much better. A lot of pain, a lot of places where I had pain or struggles disappeared completely.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot from ladies who like even get like big breast implants, and then even like it affects like their posture. So like they're not used to it, so they kind of like slouch a bit. And then yeah, so many different things. But like, well, that's incredible to hear that you're able to navigate through all that. And even in between those kind of big shows, Pittsburgh, New York, and then the Olympia as well. Wow.
Yeah, and I encourage a lot of women to think about their like bodies, because when I started training with the implants, the muscle mass wasn't like it is today, and the implant isn't made for a woman with a lot of muscles. Yes, it can handle this pressure and everything in training, but in the end, it's not good to it was under the muscle to have this pressure with the muscle on it and the training and everything. So it changed also because my body changed over the years.
And I've noticed for ladies as well, when you go into like the cutting phase, like that's when ladies kind of like lose like the fullness in the breast and they kind of feel disappointed, or like mentioned before, like, usually like you're confident, and when that happens, like they kind of lose confidence and say, oh man, like my breast used to be full.
Yeah.
Is that what you think as well? Is that how it usually happens? Or
I think the biggest problem is the social media thing, that they see other girls with perfect breast implants or perfect perfect natural breasts, and they compare themselves. I think when they look at themselves and they would be very comfortable in their own skin, like what was my goal back then and still, and like almost every woman is saying that to themselves. They want to feel comfortable in their skin. Yes.
that's true.
And when they would feel like that, they will look at other girls and say, hey, you look nice. But so I'm fine with that. So this is how I am feeling right now. I like the look of breast implants on women. I like how big boobs are looking on women, but I feel very happy with mine and what I have. So it's no problem for me, or I don't have any struggles with having no implants anymore.
Well, I think I love that insight. I'm going to do some quick fire questions, just random questions, right? So I'm just going to say three things, and I just want you to not think about the answer, just give the answer. All right. So first, beef, chicken, or fish?
Oh, fish.
Fish. Oh wow. Yeah, rice, potatoes, or oats?
Rice.
So can you give us some advice on nutrition then? So you mentioned fish, you mentioned rice. If you were to build like a perfect, let's say, a day of meals, what would that look like for someone who is doing bigger?
Uh, I like to eat the rainbow. I always say, eat the rainbow. I don't like to eat 6 meals a day with the same ingredients. I like to pack the nutrition plan as full as possible with different sources of carbs, proteins, and fats. So for me, a perfect day would look like breakfast with eggs and oats, like egg whites and some fruits. Uh, if I will go to the gym, I like to have fast carbs post training, like a cream of rice with some isolate protein. I always stick with isolate protein. I don't know. It's like and I always stick with vanilla. Always.
So,
I don't know why. I have a vanilla addiction. So I always try to change it and switch it, but after one day, I go back to vanilla.
wow.
Um,
I guess because it
the
mixes with a lot of things, right? If you get chocolate, then you can't. I don't know about like you can't really mix chocolate with a lot of stuff, right? It's like once you get chocolate, you can just to me you can just have chocolate by itself. But vanilla, you can put it in your cream of rice. You can put it in whatever your shakes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. Uh, I like to have 3 warm meals, and I like to have. If I'm very lazy, I will have the same protein source for 3 meals. If I'm like creative or I have time, I will have one meal with like tilapia or salmon, some chicken or some beef, and to switch that. And I like to have some cooked rice. I like to have sometimes I love these rice noodles. These from Thailand, these a little bit thicker ones, like these
Okay.
pad Thai. Do you know pad
Oh
Thai?
yeah.
These kind of noodles are some sweet potatoes, and I like to do the sweet potatoes in the air fryer when they get a little bit crispy and soft inside. And with the fats, I always have fats with every meal. Um, I like to eat some butter, plain butter. I love butter. Some avocado, some olive oil or walnut oil is very tasty too. Or sometimes I use the salmon and leave the fats away because salmon is a fatty fish. And before bed, I like to have some Greek yogurt with some nuts. Sometimes I have a little bit more isolate protein, vanilla with it, and some frozen berries. And I like to eat the last meal, a lighter one. So 2 hours before bed. Yeah, I
Mm,
think nutrition can be so easy and so nice. And when you're struggling with getting healthy meals in, it's only my opinion, a lack of like being creative or disciplined, or yeah, it can be so easy. You don't have to cook when you are very lazy. You can eat like tuna or rice cakes.
So do you track your macros?
Yes.
Okay, oh, perfect. So as long as you can track the macros, right? Yeah, just has the simplest versions you can find usually, right?
Yeah.
Oh, love that.
So that's an easy way to get my meals in, and you only have to decrease or increase the amounts of the ingredients.
Exactly. And I noticed as well on your just switching over a bit to your social media. I noticed that you do a lot of humor. Where does that come from? Like, have you always been like the kind of person who is like really funny?
I did these humor videos when
Yeah.
I was a child. I was I don't have any siblings, so I needed to be creative with my time that I'm not bored, and I liked to do the karaoke thing and
Um,
filming it in front of the camera. And with my friends, when I was 10 or younger, we played some sketches like when you tell each other a joke and you film that. And yeah, I always like to stay in front of the camera to be funny or to laugh with other people. So I think Instagram is also for um, getting entertained.
Exactly, showing the different side of
Yeah.
yourself, right?
And when you think about what kind of reels you look, often you are laughing in front of your camera
Yeah, that's true.
because you looked at something what was very fun. So the sport and bodybuilding can be very strict and very hard. So we we don't need to forget to have some fun with everything.
Yeah, there was this video I saw, I think when you're in Asia, and then you show like the bathroom or something like that.
Yeah.
I laughed
Hmm.
my ass off.
Yeah. It
I remember sharing that to my partner too, and she laughed her ass off too.
it was so crazy.
So how
It
was your
was so
experience? So
crazy.
that was your first time competing in Asia, right? So how was your
Yes.
overall experience apart from, because like that's one thing, right? Even the washrooms are different, a lot of things are different in Asia. So how was that for you? Because you're even a taller. What's your height?
Um, 170 centimeters.
Mm.
I don't know what's in feet. I think 5.7,
Oh, you
five
actually
point
look really tall
six.
on stage. I think. Do you have
Not,
longer? Did you have longer
uh,
limbs?
yes. In Asia, it was it was awesome because I went to Thailand a few times before and everything is so clean. The people are so nice. The weather was awesome. I like the sun and the temperature in Germany now. It's snowing and cold. And I had a birthday on the 6th December, and for my birthday, I always like to be, yeah, somewhere where it's not cold. So it was win-win.
Wow, that's what was the temperature like there?
In Taiwan,
Yeah.
over 24, 25 degrees compared to -5 or -2 degrees in Germany.
Oh wow, what is the temperature range from in Germany? Like so like winter right now
Yeah.
to fall, for example.
Uh, hmm, like 10 or 12 degrees in fall or spring, summer like 20 or 21, sometimes a little bit warmer. It can be 30 degrees degree too.
Wow.
So you have everything here, but often it's cold.
What's the coldest? You said negative what?
Mm. Or like -10.
-10. Oh, okay. Because here it gets to like, depending on where you are, there's some places where it could get to like -50, negative.
Wow.
Oh yeah, negative like, yeah, -50. I've seen for sure.
Ooh.
Yeah, I lived there for like 2 years, Saskatchewan. That's where I actually met my partner. And well, like right now we live in Toronto, so like it's like -20, it gets to like -25. But then in Saskatchewan, where I met her, it was like -50 sometimes. You just step out and like your beard's like froze
Wow.
right away. Like you just see like the white and then your nose is
Wow.
white. Yeah. It's insane.
I don't like that.
I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to Ion Insights for providing all the athletes and stats and all that good stuff. All right,
Yeah,
and
it's awesome.
yeah, do you actually use it? Have you ever used
Yes, of
it?
course. Of course.
That's great. Honestly, I'm like using it like almost every day. So you have a partner, right? I noticed you have a partner. You guys run a supplement company, right? Together.
Yes, my husband and me are having our own supplement brand in Germany. It's called T Nutrition,
Okay.
and it's like 3.5 years old. So not very long, but I think we are one of the best on the market in Germany. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. How long have you been running the supplement company now?
3.5 years.
Yeah.
We started with a local shop during COVID, only selling local supplements from other companies. But we wanted to make sure that we know what's exactly inside, that the quality is professional as I am. So
And I'm guessing ZNT is like your last name, basically, right? ZNT, right?
yes,
Oh, super.
yes,
Nice.
yes. So not many people are getting the meaning of the brand.
Oh, wow. And it's in Germany right now. Like you guys are like in Germany. Are you
Yes,
planning to go
we
international?
not yet because we have so much room to grow in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. So
Oh,
Switzerland and Austria is also included,
oh, okay.
but it's not planned that we do the export
That's
yet.
fine.
Not yet.
And you guys are doing all the supplements like L-carnitine, like you name it, like everything, like protein powders and all that, right? That's
Everything. Yeah, everything you need to have as a person who want to stay fit, healthy, not only for bodybuilders. So we have a lot of customers like my parents
mm,
who just want to make sure that they have their micronutrition perfect.
that's good actually. I like the way it's like ZNT. Usually brands with like three letters. For example, GNC, that's like usually like a supplement. That's a supplement brand. I'll stick right to people's heads and minds. So like, it's good ZNT. Like that sticks already. So I wish you guys all the success.
Thank you.
What's your take on that? So I've seen people. There's a wide range, right? It's like there's a whole spectrum. So there's some people that right after the show they're gonna have huge like donuts, and I'm not really a donut guy. Honestly, when I think about after show, honestly, I told my coach the other day I want to have sushi, and he was like, "Dude, that's regular food. What do you want to have? Like, do you want to have like a hot dog?" I was like, "I just want to have some sushi and just chill." And it was like, "Dude, have something good like the cheesecake or something." I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe a cheesecake." But what's your take on that? Because some people will have like everything. Some people have just like a bit, and then some people will have nothing. They would go straight back to the gym.
I like chicken wings. I have an obsession with chicken wings. I had some chicken wings. I had a little bit of margarita pizza. I had half of the burger of my husband because he ordered two and wasn't able to finish it. So I had from everything a little bit, and I saw a little slice of cheesecake in the lobby, in the hotel lobby, and I got that too. And I put a little candle on it for my birthday. So I was happy with the choices I made, and I'm not that person who likes to stuff their face with everything after the show because yeah, respect your body and not treat them like shit after the show.
Oh, that's a good take. One more question here. How do you balance performance, aesthetics, health, womanhood at the highest level? Because right now you're gonna be your fifth Olympia, right? People have usually you said you did 7 shows last year alone. People usually do one in the amateurs, like in the past, right? And then now these days we're trying to push the envelope to like 2, 3. But like wow, you've been able to like successfully you know, do up to like 7 shows in a year. So what's your take? How do you balance? Because you would have a husband as well. You have a business going on as well. Um, so how do you balance these things like your performance, your aesthetics, your health, your womanhood, and your business and everything? How do you balance everything?
You need to have a routine which is fixed in off season and in prep. And when it comes to prep, it's not different. So you are used to it. Only thing what will change is you up the cardio for a few weeks or month. The food gets less. So you have your routines, you stick to your routines, you have your plans, you know you have to be patient and not extreme. The problem is a lot of people say, oh, now it's prep, and now it's competition prep time, and everything go extreme. But everything what is extreme will not stay long.
Mhm.
And I saw a lot of people come and go because they went extreme and they fall off. So extreme, with extreme I mean being perfect in the head, being making yourself crazy in your head. So you have to be consistent, you have to be patient, and you don't have to be extreme. And my favorite sentence is less is more.
Mhm.
So if you are not in shape and you did everything your coach told you, then you have to ask yourself, okay, is the coach doing his job or her job properly, or getting the timing right? Or maybe I need to do a few more weeks or months of prep, because when I started competing, my prep was like 24 weeks dieting with no cheat meal. And I needed that. So when your coach is telling you we need to lose 20 kilograms of fat and we will get it in 16 or 14 weeks, forget it. You have to be extreme. And after that, you will be crazy in your head. But
Wow.
I am here in this business the longest for as the figure girl in Germany. I am here the longest and the consistent, most consistent athlete. So I will tell you, I will still be there in 5 years, or when I want to in 10 years, and I will still progressing because I will be patient. I will do the work, and I will have my discipline. And this is the problem of most of the athletes nowadays.
Wow, I love that. I love that insight. Like that's like just like right on the head, to be honest with you. Like you hit the spot right there. All right. Bodybuilding fans, live with IFBB pros. We have the amazing Jennifer on the line. She's just giving us some amazing insights. Wow, this is an amazing discussion because she's, like she just mentioned, she's one of the top, if not like the top pro basically in Germany. She's been able to rise up the ranks in the figure division, and both in the amateur and the professional league as well. So go check her out as well on Instagram. And we're just going to wrap up this conversation as we go along. All right. So just a couple more questions just to wrap up, especially for the ladies, because I'm sure a lot of ladies want to hear what you have to say about this. So for the ladies watching who are scared of lifting heavy, because I've seen that a ton, what truth do they need to hear about lifting heavy or about weights in general?
A woman will never be a man or look like a man when they lift heavy, because muscles need a sign that they have to grow. And when you only lift like a water bottle or a 1 kilogram dumbbell, it's not a sign for your muscle to get stronger. So if you want to be stronger or grow your muscles, you need to lift heavy with proper form, like good form. And when you are not sure if you're lifting with good form or having pain after every training, you definitely get some personal training done with a coach.
Amazing. Wow, I love that. And then what's your take on training style? Do you stick to like a principle like progressive overload and stuff like that? Or do you think it's just because some people say just chase the pump? What's your take on that?
In off season, I aim to get stronger week
Yeah.
by week, to recover that, because when you can't recover your trainings, you're doing too much. And it depends on like the development of my muscles, if I need to train more or less. Sometimes it's 4 times, sometimes it's 5 times, but I always make sure to have minimum 2 rest days to recover, because like I told you, less is more.
That's just one. I love that. So speaking of the future now, so you've bagged this next Olympia, this 2026 Olympia. Everyone is on the hunt for now. So what is your motivation now or your purpose? Like you already said last year you did 7 shows, you're never gonna do that again. Are you even gonna do a show like people always say, or maybe test the waters before you step on stage again? Or you already gained some experience now, you know what, you just want to focus on the Olympia. What's your mindset?
At the moment, I will focus on the Olympia, and my motivation is myself. Only myself.
Wow.
Getting healthier, getting stronger, getting better in everything I do. Like I have a lot of exercises or trainings where I can improve some technique. And I like to get critique, and I like to smash the critique and make it perfect to get new critique. So when I worked in hospital and I did my apprenticeship, I like to ask them, give me some critique. I want to make something better. And when they say, hey, did everything perfect, I wasn't happy with that. Not because I like to be perfect or I'm aiming for perfect being perfect, but I like to work on something because everyone can learn something, everyone can improve something. And this is so much fun because this work will never stop. And you don't make yourself crazy because you are not perfect. You can be happy that you can work on something.
Exactly. Wow, well done. Speaking of training, so you mentioned your coach as well. Do you do online training for your clients as well?
Yes, I
Some
started coaching, I think 2 or 3 years after I started competing, because I realized that I can help and learn other people how they feel more comfortable in their skin, or how they can change their nutrition to get healthier with the knowledge of being a nurse and the knowledge of being an athlete. And until now, I am very proud of myself that I can help so many people, not with being also a good athlete. We made a lot of pros and also good amateurs, but also the lifestyle coaching clients, when a woman can't get pregnant, or a woman has an autoimmune disease and has pain or something like that, or pain because of their bad training, and I'm able to help them to learn how they train or how to balance their hormones. And this is so beautiful, and it's like being a little angel to help people feeling better in their own
Oh,
skin.
wow, that's amazing. So which means if your client shows you their blood work, for example, you're able to analyze and
Yes,
you're able to like
yes,
help like with
yes.
hormones and
That's
stuff, right?
that's also part of my work.
Well, that's a huge value added to a lot of ladies need that. Even men, honestly, men and women, everyone in the bodybuilding industry definitely they need that. And it's not every coach that can do that, to be honest with you. So that's good to hear. So honestly, like watching your last show, the Asian Championship Pro, oof, that was an amazing show. Like you stood out right away in the lineup. I remember I was watching it with my partner, and she herself was like, "Whoa, who's that?" And like from there, we knew that oh, she's gonna win probably, and he won. So like from there, we like I started keeping tabs. So yeah, you have an amazing physique.
Yeah, yeah, I love the show. The whole competition was perfect. Like the light, the organization, the
Oh,
music, how they treated us athletes backstage, everything was well prepared. And I felt very good because they made us feel very special in Taiwan.
that's amazing. I've heard a lot of that in the Asian shows, right?
hmm It
Wow.
was my first
That was
time
the first one.
to
Wow.
first time on a stage in Asia. So I heard that too, and it is really like that.
All right, bodybuilding fans. Live with Heavy Pros. We just heard from Jennifer, the awesome Jennifer, the queen herself. Give us all the insights. And to be honest with you, this was an amazing discussion. I wish we could go on and on for hours. But yeah, we have to let her go. And it's almost like, what's the time right now in Germany?
Oh no,
It's
it's after 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
So I have yeah.
Yes, we have your evening in front of you. So yeah, thanks for hopping on, Jennifer. It's been an amazing discussion. I hope we can even do this like further along the line. And we want to wish you all the best going into the Olympia. I know you just mentioned that it's going to be the Olympia you're focusing on and your own motivation. So we just want to give you all the courage that we've already seen your run of 24 pro shows. You're 6. Let the Olympia be the 7th. Let's say that. Let the Olympia be the 7th.
Thank you so much. It
Yeah.
was so much fun.
You.
Yeah, thank you. And we stay in contact.
Definitely.
What are you waiting for? Subscribe, watch the videos, leave us a like, And definitely don't forget to leave us a comment. Let us know what you like to see. Let's go, queens and kings, to the world.